OK เขาว่าวิดีโอนั้นเนาะอยู่ถัดจอมันจี support the resistance trendline เทียor stop loss วันที่จับเลยอยู่ถัดจอ support the resistance and the support the resistance น่าจะอยู่ชีว่า manually drawing ลีว่าแต่เนาะmanually drawing ลีเนาะแล้วยอว่าอยู่ชี Fibonacci extension ที่ Fibonacci retracement รอ draw ปีลีเนาะเที่ยวว่าเขาที่เป็นเจียชี pivot นั่นมาตื้อมั่วเนี่ยเราต่อชาสีนั่นแหละเจจีนร้อนสิละเท่าว่าก็จะก็ตัวเท่าว่าได้ chart นั่นเนี่ยจะรู้เราต่อชาสีเจจะ pivot นะอินุตื้อนั่นเนี่ยลงยี่เราต่อก็สิเจจะ pivot นั่นมันเนี่ยตื้ออยู่แล้วเนี่ย it stay put throughout the day ตัวก็And the first thing 我估有他们去做的要他们去做好，我就是 Fibonacci retracement。诶，估摸叫了么 experiment 到阿边นู่นเนาะ那么中国里我ก็จะต้อง continuously redraw ยาเดียน new post a new high เลย a new low เลย new chain structure lower high。lower low มาต่อ higher low เลยลิจานได้เลยนะเจ๊ก็ต้อง redraw ก็จะว่า Fibonacci retracement เอกก็นึกถึงลิโมเขาลินเดอจะถามว่าปีลีให้เดียthis area right here ปีลีเดีย that area right there ตูกัดตูนั่นเนาะนึกเชียร์จะขนาดเลย some people will say that this is a new high and this is a new low and some people will draw their Fibonacci retracement like so. Some people will say that okay, because the close below high and not qualify and existing Fibonacci retracement 的整ย่อเรียก比例的 okay ค่า structure 整ย่อเรียกลินะนั่นแหละมั้ย something like that so looking on this chart down ก็ยังปล่อยที่ okay this is a potential this looks like it's a potential but just one candle it's probably just a trend continuation this area right here is a potential because it posts a new high from this existing level and then we also have a new low so your new drawing of Fibonacci could look something like this. At this point, assume that the short no page to bỏ lo lên nè, page bỏ, chỉ li khả năng là tốt nó là sẽ assume lên đó. So moving forward, they bought the no as a new high and that as a new low. So bây giờ tao ta cái là muốn draw đó ít cho cái ít khó Fibonacci chia gì đó something like this. So what does this mean? This means that Fibonacci retracement, the Fibonacci extension itu leading indicator and here to go idea potentially in the future market could go up to this area to that area, and since pivot resistance number 3 is right at her area now, this is a potential that price might come back to here. If you look down at the price you move down you can see okay, right here is S2 area a support potentially price could come down and break down area not here no. This zone right here is probably a sideways zone, so we'll see how that looks like moving forward. Okay, so price come back down to the sideways zone. Retest, and right there it spiked through, probably just for a liquidity grab, then come right back down, and the next candle is down all the way to zone or pivot point and go right back up, flush again, liquidity grab. Okay, so ít here tiến hành lớn draw chỉ tới rõ khả năng là dùng move mùi nào lại. But if you look to the left, thì cái cursor drawing to the left, nửa hậu nó khả năng nửa cố hậu nó khả năng nửa hậu trở đồ sát nó thế. Potentially có mua draw đồ khả năng là tao. Let's just keep it the way it was. I think in the future we might have to adjust, but for now we'll just keep the same. And it come back down to test again, and now it dropped to the next level and almost touched S2 and it went through S2 and then went through a level. Okay, so now notice that S3 level sitting at the same location. So you kind of expect that a price magnet, a price will come down like that. Okay, so then go through là same thing, hầu nó tí giả thiếp, hầu nó auto nó S2 nhất hầu nó level nó là cũng nhất hầu nó. So you would assume that okay, possibly that's a number that is of interest cho tín hành. So okay, now price moved back up and it came back down and it came right to it. So the structure now is kind of shifting, and couple idea, okay, you have a new high right here and you have a new low right here. We'll see if you have a reversal. When you do have a reversal, something like that candle right there is where you redraw your Fibonacci number. Okay, now you do have a reversal, and this is no longer valid because one thing I noticed, the further price move away from range the less accurate it gets, and có yêu cầu tàu redraw có tụ có cho leading indicator nó có on the tele hậu mình gì. So let's redraw this thing. Get rid of all of that. Okay, you put your pointer there to there, from the high to the low, or you can do it the other way around. You can do the low to the high, it doesn't matter. The levels should still be the same. Okay, now first of all, when you finish drawing, you look to the left and see if these levels make sense. Still sitting right there. This is still sitting right at this level. That's still sitting there. That's still sitting there. It's kind of off up here, kind of off. Maybe like this instead. Okay, so here it's probably more accurate this way. So it suggests that to is probably a liquidity grab, and then it came right back down. So let's move forward and see what that looks like. And notice that in this area, the range bound just kicking back and forth. And it came right to Gokhan the Natia, and it rejected right back down to the sideways zone. And notice now you have a low and you have a higher low, and this is a lower high, so it suggests a new structure is developing. Whether or not it will continue down and reverse back up, and yet the keep you still be keeping the same level for a little bit more. Okay, so now price break, and you have a decision whether or not you're going to be doing it like this or keep it like this. And because all the previous one makes sense this way, I will probably keep it like this for now. Okay, so obviously these numbers don't match anymore, so probably works best if we stretch it like this. And notice that these are more accurate on the right hand side, and so on and so forth. Fibonacci and supportive resistance draw based on historical data, and you guys know how to do that already. I don't have to go through that in detail like how I do here. So basically, drawing support and resistance, and at this level, you look at your left, and you see that here is an area, here is an area, obviously down here is an area. So what you do is you draw your line somewhere around here, here, and maybe down here, something like that, and you can just continue your way that way. Now, point number 2 that I want to talk about is Trendline. So basically, Trendline, I'm sure you guys know this in most cases too, that when you have a higher low, if you believe that price is going higher, you have a higher low like this, you can just draw your line on the higher low going up, something like that. So the line that drawn will look something like this. And this line changes constantly too, kind of like the Fibonacci pattern, and you change it constantly. And as you move your way to the right, price is moving steeper. So this line is probably need to be redraw, and something like this is probably something you want to draw to connect these points together. Okay, so line broke. All right, line break. So you have a choice to see if you want to redraw the line like that. You keep it the way it is, and or you continue to draw. Typically, I just leave it and I just assume that price is going to be dropping, and we'll just let it be. Okay, so now price moves back up again, and you know that, okay, this is a major zone right here. From this area there to that area is a major zone. So you put your trend line like that, and at this point, if you want to do an uptrend channel, you can make a copy of this line, and you can just paste it and move it up to the upper level. So now you have your little uptrend channel. And if you want to put something in the middle, you could also do it too. I usually do it if I see that price is either running on the upper end or lower end, then I would put something in the middle somewhere like this to kind of measure strength the price. Price would probably have a stronger momentum to go up. Price could collapse. And this is the end of the chart right now. So the way it looks, we are still on an uptrend for Monday, or for Sunday to Monday, and see share price drop back down to here and break down, then drop back down to here and then shoot back up to that level. Level nó là nó chỉ price extend and that level is probably more like this, where price comes down to here and then go right back up, probably go around a little bit and go right back up, and then the shoot up is gonna go to that zone right there, which is what I was talking about the other day, 15,300, that area. Or right now, R3 sitting up here, that could be a magnet for price to do a liquidity grab and then rush right back down. So that's kind of the scenario for me to look at it for Monday, and we'll see how that works out. Now, if you are in a position and you want to hold it for as long as you can, where is your entrance, right? So for me, because I'm not really a heaven and hell structure trading kind of person, I like to trade on the trend most of the time. So my trading in this scenario would be, let's say this is a 1 minute candle. I would trade, I will put my trade right here where the price comes back down. Sometimes price chỉ lo nè sometimes nó chỉ vào tụ cá tư nó chỉ li sở chẳng nó đó sầu là xứ and I'll just say okay am I gonna chase it am I going to just hold on for the next pullback this is where I make my mistake the most I usually chase it and it does something like this where okay so I chase it it's up here and the reverse and I'm like shoot I'm done now I exit down here and then reverse right back up and I started red in the morning all the time because of something like this so I've learned to be a little bit patient I learned to let it go như thế này chỉ qua tụ cấp tư đi nói lọt cho khó zone hoặc là cả cú tao khó lower price and nhờ nửa mù là sao nè I'll just wait for this little pullback and the little pullback usually is at the beginning of that candle or close to and I will put my limit buy at this level somewhere around here somewhere around here and if it comes in one time doesn't touch two time doesn't touch I will probably move it up to the next one like that and nhờ tiền nữa break một độ sầu na là energy lại nên break một độ sầu na nữa oh well I missed again right so that's usually what I wanted to do but I still haven't been able to hold on to it so let's say you are in a position and price you're in a position right here and price keeps moving up and you keep holding and holding where is your exit right so well for $500 it probably somewhere up here you need to exit you got to but if you are trading on your own money and you want to hold on for as long as you can one area is your pivot point where you say okay normally price doesn't come up to the pivot resistance 3 or support 3 often so if it goes at 2 if it comes to 2 then you might want to take some profits or if it the price nu yasha bong in a bong let's S2 you might want to take some profit and if it drop further you can add more if you want but price hardly go to 3 and when price comes to S3 or R3 that is very very extended for that day and that's one area you could look at the other is right back to Fibonacci yeah so let's say this is a 1 day chart I know this is an hourly chart which takes several days to get it this far but let's say this is a daily this is a 1 minute chart and you know that the structure shift from this area right here so what you do is you put your resistance and support with Fibonacci in this case and I would do from there to there assuming that we don't know any of these over here assuming that this is all that we've seen okay so from there to there you projected your assuming that you don't know the rest of it you projected and okay so it keeps going and got the okay I'll just take the 300 levels and that's where you take yours if you take the 200 level that's where you take your profit if you take the 100 level that's where you take your profit stuff like that so this is the new structure that I am working with I know that I may not be very clear on this but if I am not very clear on it let me know and we'll explain a little bit more. Now the last element is, what if price doesn't go up to as far as you think it is and it reverse on you? It happened to me yesterday, and yesterday on the on the um, on the minute chart, it almost got up to where I think price would be, and then it reversed a lot, and then lost stop. Go where is your stop loss? Using ATR. I know that what I chart nó chúng ATR, cú sai ATR như cho thinkorswim, cú mà limo cho là plug down nó sư thế chứ mà. Because thinkorswim is not working today, so let's put ATR on it, and ATR numbers are at the bottom. I'm sure you know how to read this already, but let's say that this candle, this red candle right here, corresponds with this number down here, and this number down here, you can look all the way to the right hand side, is about 0.6. So your adjusted ATR is 46 points on this hourly chart, and let's say that price solely or price new more higher highly knowledge. You readjust ก็ขอ or existing ก็ขอ existing or trailing stop แต่ not up to lower high candle แต่ not, and also 也得个么 long 这个需要 subtract to ATR and ZT 也得个么 short 这个需要 add to ATR and ZT. So for instance ขณะ to lower the low of this candle 要กับเราเสียไปปกติ roughly ลินได้ and the corresponding ATR number down here is 47-ish. Yeah, let's say 47. So what you do is come up, subtract 47, and the upward to your G. So your trailing stop is at that level, and you give a little wiggle room for liquidity grab. And same thing, new model sonala, new takala, and then pose a new higher low right here, and then new break to a new high. So you readjust based on ATR at this level where, okay, so this is about here, and down here, this number down here is about down, and so here, that's your next one. And that's your stop loss, and you do that, and so on and so forth, and kind of trace price now new reverse trigger you're out, or you take set to profit target price you get maximum profit. But just in case you are wrong, this would be how you trail. And I've been looking at a lot of the videos and reading a lot of the stuff, and a lot of the professionals, they are doing it this way, where they give more room, as opposed to we have done what we have done is that we put it right below this low, right below that low. There's a lot of time where you have liquidity grab, and the liquidity grab is going to flush you out, and it reverses right back up, something like this, where you got kicked out. So you put your stop loss right there, and it kicks you out, and it continues. And this is a tight zone, so you are going to place your stop loss right here, and then obviously it flushes you out, and then it keeps going up. Same as this. If you put your stop loss very close to the bottom of this candle right here, a couple of ticks below that, this will flush you out. And this is a hourly candle. These are hourly candles, so this little tail is going to be quite a bit. And same thing with your 1 minute chart. And let me switch to the 1 minute chart to demonstrate that a little bit more for yesterday experience. Okay, so yesterday I was trailing up, and yesterday I was trailing up, and một on the nana. This tail candle right here, that's the low, and then it goes right back up again. So this low right here was about 15208.75. And at this level, the ATR is about 6.8, so let's say 7. So that you're -7 and 15,201. Or just say 200. Somewhere around there. So that particular candle right there was the one that flushed me out. And nếu mù đã show nó chỉ nên đã lọ. And nếu tư bông là cha còn nó nếu đã thì tôi nó là cũng at least scalp nó là R2. And I put my stop a little bit higher than R2. Nếu chỉ trigger thế. So nếu tư lọ cháy rồi a little bit higher, something like that. Chỉ cháy rồi nếu lọ rồi thì chỉ cháy thế chỉ có mình cháy chỉ có một cái stop loss cho là cho cái trong đó và tụ cắt từ nó cái cái này cho cái bóng kia là cái này trigger. So I was out for ipasha or something like that, and that's what happened yesterday. So this little tail right here flushed me out with that, and even that much, even that alone, you still get flushed out with liquidity grab, and that's quite a bit from here to here. And this is 228 down to here. It's about almost 30 points. And if you do 5 contracts like I did, that's $3,000 that you're not capturing. But at least I was able to capture half of that back. So that was how I have been doing for the last few days with support and resistance, with trend lines, and learning how to trail with ATR. And this is it. If you have any questions, you can ask me on the chat group or just text me directly, and we'll go from there. Thank you so very much. Bye bye.